Hello, Jieun. Really well done for submitting this essay for feedback. It's a great step towards improving your English and getting some personalised feedback, which can really help you to improve before the exam. Let's have a look at what you've got then. This was your question about international marketing. Okay, and that is the idea that some people think that international marketing is an intrusion and an invasion onto a society, whereas other people think that it can be a really great way of spreading culture and knowledge and a good form of education. So that was your question for this. Let's have a look at what you've got then. So, due to advanced technologies, international marketing became easily accessible. Some people think that it accompanies negative impact, while others consider it as another way of education. In my opinion, the worldwide marketing is a positive trend that can educate people. Alright then, so, due to advanced technologies. Now, in this next part of the sentence, I would suggest we use the present perfect instead of the past simple, purely because it has an impact on now. So international marketing has become easily accessible. Some people think that it has, instead of accompanies, it has negative impacts, while others consider it to be another form of education. For example, in my opinion, the worldwide marketing, or I would, because I can tell here that you're trying to use a different phrase from this one, but worldwide marketing is a little bit odd here, so I would say, in my opinion, marketing in other countries is a positive trend that can educate people. Alright? Good, okay, so it is true that international marketing can be intrusive because it threatens local marketing. Good. Really good, strong sentence to open your paragraph is great. There are a few issues if the local marketing were left behind. Okay, so, threatens local marketing. There are a few issues if the local marketing is left behind. Okay, so there are issues, or there are negative impacts, I would possibly say, would be a bit more specific there, if local marketing, so if local marketing is left behind. Left behind, I see what you mean by this, definitely. I think the words possibly that you're looking for here is that local marketing cannot compete. So if local marketing cannot compete, so the full word there. Because left behind is phrasal verb here, and I think we need to be a little bit more specific as to how it's left behind. So cannot compete, sorry. Firstly, it may affect local employment. The marketing industry involves many workers. So the marketing industry has a large workforce, from a CEO of a marketing company to people who produce products from factories. Okay, so marketing industry. You're right to mention the CEO of the marketing company, but not the ones that produce the products. Okay, because the marketing is the advertising side of things, not the manufacturing side of things. Okay, so maybe from the CEO to the general staff, general employees of the marketing company. A small production within a country would hardly make it through severe competition in the global market. Okay, so small advertisers within a country cannot compete with global marketers, for example. Okay, so we're trying to say that local smaller companies or advertisers can't compete with big companies that can advertise in lots of different countries. Therefore, local employees in the industry may lose their jobs. Okay, so plural there, their jobs. Another issue is that products will lose their originality through international marketing. In order to satisfy potential buyers in many nations, the merchandise needs to include general ideas rather than unique features. Then everything will become similar to each other. Okay, so good. I see you've got some really, really interesting points here. So the idea of people losing their jobs, and also that products will lose their originality. In order to satisfy potential buyers in many nations, the merchandise needs to include general ideas. Right, this sentence is not quite clear because it's unclear what you mean by general ideas. So, okay, I see what you mean. So in order to satisfy potential buyers in many nations, so in order to satisfy consumers in many different nations, the merchandise needs to include general ideas, needs to maybe satisfy many needs and be quite general. Then everything will become similar to each other. So this last part, I would say because of this, it's likely that products will become very similar to each other. And this will impact, so what impact will this have on a country if products start to become similar to each other? So this will impact smaller companies making unique products, for example. Okay. Okay. I would say in this paragraph, you've got two very big points here. So local employment, and then also severe competition of the type of products. I would be a little bit careful because in an IELTS essay, it's clear that you're not going to be able to talk about every aspect of the question. It wouldn't be possible. So it's a case of picking the most pertinent reasons. So I would suggest here that your second point about types of products is quite a big point, and you could actually base your whole paragraph on that. This is just so that we're not covering 2 points generally, but we're covering 1 point more specifically, in more detail. Okay, so that's definitely something to bear in mind in future writing, is to choose a point and make it very thoroughly instead of looking at a number of different points. Okay. By contrast, global marketing can be an effective method of promotion in many ways. I would take out this bit, so effective method of promotion, full stop. Above all, it opens up broader marketplaces not limited to the local ones, which leads to making more profits. For example, Belgian breweries, so Belgian breweries create high revenue by exporting their beer. Okay, so if this is the name of a company, then you would have capital letters for both. If you're talking about breweries generally in Belgium, you would say Belgian, Belgian, as in from Belgium. Belgian breweries create high revenue by exporting their beer. By promoting their beer worldwide, they can earn money. Also, numerous options provide new experience to the public. Let us think about the example of Belgian beer. If somebody in China purchased it after seeing an advertisement and liked the beer, it may be an opportunity for him or her to be interested in other kinds, or even its making process and drinking culture. Okay, good. So, leads to make more profits. Okay, so your idea here is that we've got more access to different marketplaces, and so we can make more money. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, good. So you've got two aspects here. The first one is they can make more money. The second one is a new experience for the public. Okay. What I would say is for the end of this paragraph to round off the paragraph saying how this is relevant. So, something like this is a prime example of how international marketing can have positive effects or can help to spread culture and ideas, for example. Okay, so always at the end of a paragraph, we want to link back to that question that we started with. So the same with this one, we would end it by saying, these are pertinent examples of how international marketing can be invasive. And then you go on to your positive sides. Okay. In this essay, we have discussed whether international marketing is an attack on another country or an efficient form of education. I think it is clear that global marketing is beneficial for economy and offers people the opportunity to experience something new as well. Okay. Good, well done. One other thing that I would just mention here is this idea of education. I would be a little bit more specific and say another way to spread culture or encourage new experiences, because your example in your essay is about beer from Belgium, and you've mentioned about how this can help to spread culture, so the drinking culture, and also offer a new experience. So instead of using the word educate or education, above that, I would use it more specifically and say of spreading culture and experiences. Okay, the same in your conclusion, just to make it logical all the way through and coherent that that's the point that you're referring to. Okay, but a very positive first piece of writing, well done. Lots of really good points in here. You've got some great vocabulary, you use some specific examples, which is good. Good, well done. In terms of the specific example here is brilliant on Belgian beer. I would say, can you think of a company here that might suffer due to international marketing? That would just give another element to that paragraph, make it really clear for the examiner. Great work, really well done, fantastic.